Joey, 500. Got some goats in the field.
Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
Shakedown.
Here comes Philly Shakedown.
Let's go.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to the Philly Shakedown. I am not in my right setting right now because I am in Philadelphia right now, ready to go to this game on Monday to take a look at Jonathan Gannon's defense with my own two eyes tomorrow. But I'm with my co-host, Philly 500. What's going on, dude?
What's happening? Just 24 more hours, less than 24 more hours until we are 2-0. That's right. I said it. We're 2-0, baby. Let's go.
It's exciting. Today, before we even get into our game Monday night, today was a weird day. Today was a crazy day today. What can you take from today out of the NFC East, the matchups today? Just what surprised you, what didn't surprise you, some of these matchups?
So I would say the one thing I take out of the NFC East is that I think the biggest threat to the Philadelphia Eagles in the division are the New York Giants. And the reason I say that is because of their coaching. I think they have really good coaching, and I think that with the way they play and with Barkley running the ball, even though he didn't have a huge day today, I think they're going to be in a lot of games. I think they're going to be tough out. Dak Prescott is out several weeks. I'm not a believer in Cooper Rush at all. Okay, I think Cincinnati shit the bed, and then you look at Washington. They took a beating in Detroit. A beating. I mean, they want to talk about us losing by 3. We never went down 22-0. So it's 2 weeks. You can't tell a whole bunch. But if you look at next week, the Eagles play Washington, but the Giants play the Cowboys at home. I think the Giants are going to beat them. That makes the Giants 3-0. You know who the Giants play after they play Dallas? They play Chicago Bears at home. They could easily be 4-0. Now, if they're 4-0, they're a threat to the division. That's how I see it.
Yeah, it's a crazy turnaround, especially when you saw the Cowboys, Bengals, and even with the Bengals, they just couldn't get anything done. I mean, to the point where, like, does the offensive coordinator for the Cowboys just knows how to kind of play around with Cooper Rush? Is it just with Dak Prescott in the system? Does he not know how to use Dak that much? I mean, I know it's only been 2 games, but the Bengals just had no answer. They had no answer today. They were from the blocking, from every aspect of that game. It was just horrible.
They must have dropped 4 interceptions in that game, but they got manhandled on both sides of the line of scrimmage. I mean, defensive line was, for the most part, getting crushed, especially early in the run. But they tightened up a little bit in the second half. I mean, really, Dallas only scored 3 points in the second half in the second half at all. To me, the biggest problem was the offensive line for Cincinnati is not good. I mean, they got consistently destroyed. They would line up Burrow under center. They'd have to run the ball. If they tried to play action, Dallas was in the backfield. They just look like frauds to me. I'm going to be honest. They look like frauds, and they cost me $1,300. So I hope they don't win another game all year, because I had a 4-game parlay. I hit all 3 of the first games. All I needed them was to cover 7 points, and they shit the bed. So I hope they lose every game the rest of the year.
I don't know. We don't really normally disagree on things, but with the Giants, I don't know if they – I mean, look, between playing the Titans and the Titans really crapping the bed as they did in that game, and just a missed field goal and the opportunities were missed with the Titans, we know the Titans just have a better roster. Could it be the coaching? Like you said, the coaching could be better with the Giants. And then going into this game against the Panthers, and the Panthers are as worse or as bad as the Giants are. So I'm not going to predict too much for the Giants to have – they're going to go 3-4-0. They're going to go 4-0 even after. So it's really hard for me to even say. But the Giants, I just need to see more time with the Giants going down the line this season.
Yeah, no, I get it. I don't think the Giants could beat the Eagles. Don't get me wrong. I think the Eagles still beat them. I just think that you look at their schedule. I mean, they could start 4-0. They start 4-0. Dallas doesn't have Dak Prescott. And then the Eagles, if the Eagles beat Washington, I mean, those teams could fall behind pretty quickly, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And, even watching, Carson Wentz was looking like Carson Wentz today, but the Lions, man, I have to respect them. They look like they got a lot better this year.
Right. Well, I mean, think about this. We could say that Giants didn't beat anybody, or Tennessee misses the field goal and all this stuff. I mean, that's football. Football's a game of inches. You have a coach in his first coaching game goes for a 2-point conversion and gets it. That's why he was able to win, and Tennessee misses the field goal. Yeah, they missed it, but they missed it. I mean, you could say the same thing with Cincinnati and Dallas. Dallas easily could have lost that game. Easily lost the game. One of those turnovers or whatever. Washington could have easily lost the game to Jacksonville. I think they turned it over late. So that's football, Even the Eagles with Detroit, that's how it goes. But when you start putting wins on top of wins, you start playing better than you are. I think a team goes 4-0. What's a team 4-0? What's their record to make it to the playoffs? It's got to be pretty high. It's probably like over 75%.
Right.
So if they beat Dallas, and that's a game. If they beat Dallas, and I think they're going to beat Dallas, and I think they're going to beat Chicago, I see them being second place team to us. I think we'll destroy them. I think any real team will destroy them, but I think they could get a good start.
Do you think Dak Prescott is back by week 5? The Eagles game at least?
No, I don't think he's back by the Eagles game. No, and I think if let's say Dallas, now if Dallas goes in and beats the Giants, then I'll say, all right, Giants are definitely not the team to beat. Right. Forget that. I said that in the video. I said Dallas beats them, then I'll say Dallas. But I don't like what I see from Washington. I don't like what I see from Dallas. I don't like what I see from Giants. And you're talking about that Washington game. God, I would love to have a defense that plays with the same aggressiveness as the Detroit Lions. They bring pressure. They bring everybody, dude. I love it.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand, like, even talking about Monday night is going to be – the Eagles got to take care of their own business before we can look at anything else. We got to see where the Eagles are at. And I think this is a really good test for the home opener against the Vikings. And it's going to be I think this is definitely a winnable game. It's definitely a winnable game. But Jonathan Gannon is probably my only fear going into this game. Now, I did a live stream the other day, and some people were saying they were hearing rumors about Howie Roseman has been kind of getting involved in, Jonathan Gannon. Maybe Nick Sirianni has kind of talked to Gannon about, because you don't walk away from a Lions game like that, coming back to 35 points, and you think he's not talked to after that he's got to clean up his mistakes.
Not only is he not talked to, Howie Roseman's sitting in on meetings, dude. What do you mean? He's helping game plan. He's going,
right.
Well, calculations are the calculations followed by the gravitational pull of the Earth. Force reduction of heat and temperature equals. We're going to run this. I mean, of course, Howie's involved. People are like, "No, I don't believe it." I believe it 100,000% because if you look at the history of the Eagles with Howie Roseman, we've had people say this on other coaching staffs. Why is Doug Peterson not here? Because he was sitting in a meeting every week, every Tuesday, with Howie being asked questions, even in wins. Why did you run the ball? Why did you run the ball too much? Why didn't you throw more? And we won, right? So of course I believe that Howie's involved in that way. Absolutely, I could, and maybe Howie should be. Okay, I'm going to stick up for him and say maybe he should be because Gannon stinks. Gannon, I'm telling you, if he blows this game tomorrow, I'm done.
Yeah, no,
I'm done with him.
I said that last night. I pretty much said, I don't know if you got to save your season. You can't keep him in. You can't have him be coordinating these games defensively, and because you're going to face a good team that you might be in a good lead. And a 17-point lead to me is a 7-point lead. It's not much. Easily a team can get back within one score of that. And admitting at his press conference that he took his foot off the pedal in the third quarter of that Lions game, being up 17 points. I mean, how do you do that in the third quarter? How do you do that and prevent that early?
I'm not taking my foot off the gas until about 1 minute and 35 seconds left. It could be 82-0. You don't do it. I don't know. I don't get it. Like, there was a stretch in that Detroit game where they had the Lions flustered, and the Lions couldn't do anything. And then after that Bradbury pick six, it's like it did seem like they took the foot off the gas and could never get it back. But at the same time, there are still things I don't understand. Why is Hassan Reddick dropping back 80% of the time he rushed the passer? That means he dropped into coverage about 19 to 20%. That's way too much. It should be like 8%. He needs to be getting to the quarterback. You don't have a plan for him. Jordan Davis doesn't get enough snaps, and when he does, he doesn't play enough. He's not conditioned. I don't understand. If you saw the all-22, I don't understand why you got your corners 8 yards back. Why are they 8 yards back? So I've seen enough Jonathan Gannon over the last 2 years. If it's the same thing tomorrow night, I'm done with it. I'm done.
Yeah, you talk about Hassan Reddick. I think he only had 3 blitzes from the Sam linebacker position. I mean, that's just crazy. 68% of the snaps, 68% of the snaps, 3 blitzes from the Sam linebacker position. That's just disgusting. 23 and a half sacks in 2 seasons. Like, you have to look at the examples of some of these players. Like, this man should already have a couple sacks in the game already. I mean, already. And this defensive line is a whole nother thing that, like, forget the blitz, forget the stunts. Why am I looking at a defensive line right now that's so just non-existent right now with this pass rush? Is it because are they out of shape? Was the training camp just too soft? Were they not doing enough physical work? Was it conditioning? Are they like, that's really worrying me right now.
They're definitely out of condition. They definitely did. I mean, they had 58-minute practices, no hitting. When they had pads on, no tackling to the live ground. I mean, that's why they had how many missed tackles last week? I think it's not just the Eagles, though. I think that's the whole league as a whole, though. You know, but yeah, it was bad. To me, it was bad, dude.
Yeah, 22 snaps for Jordan Davis. When Jordan Davis is in the game, they rushed 14 times for about 42, 43 yards. I mean, that was good. Yeah. And like, I know it's a rotation. I definitely get it. But if you're playing prevent, your defensive line is going to be gassed because it's already enough. They're not getting pressure. You start playing prevent on top of that, they're gassed the whole entire game. Your rotation is gassed, regardless if you switch guys out 4 to 5, every 4 to 5 plays. So it's going to be really tough. And they have I think against the Vikings, we go into the Viking side of things for tomorrow night. I think, the center for the Vikings, the center for the Vikings have had some issues with some pressure, so they can take advantage of that. But every time we say they can take advantage of that, do they do it? Not really, because even with the Lions, they had 2 offensive linemen. 2 of their best offensive linemen were out, and they still couldn't get pressure.
Well, you watch the way they rushed 4. They rushed 4, and it's just straight up with the offensive lineman in front of them. The positioning where they position is horrible. They don't go there's no trying to line up between the gaps or anything. It's just like man to man, and then they don't run those stunts. They do nothing like that at all. It's just like very vanilla, very plain rushing. I don't see why any offensive line would have problems with it.
Yeah, yeah, and I think defensively this is going to be a big game. Like offensively, I'm not really worried too much. I mean, you're going to probably see Patrick Peterson. Vikings defense is going to play a lot of zone, not going to give up the big play. They're going to disguise coverages. Harrison Smith's going to be moving all over the place. And what do you think the matchups are between wide receiver and cornerbacks for this week going into tomorrow night?
I put Slay on Jefferson. Like I would shadow Justin Jefferson. Wherever he goes, I'm putting Slay, and then I'm going to give him help. That's how I would do. I give him a safety. I give him double teams at time. I would, and then I would press. I play man-to-man press, and I would bring pressure, and I would get to Cousins, and that's what I would do. I think you have to be very aggressive with Justin Jefferson. I still think he's going to make his catches, but he was running wide open, tons of space last week versus the Packers. And the other thing is if you're not getting pressure on Kirk Cousins, if he's got a clean jersey, clean pants, come a second, third quarter, you got a problem because you can only cover somebody so long. But I would make sure that Slay is on Jefferson. If he's struggling, I would switch it to Bradbury. But I think somebody's got to play man. I think you got to play man up, and you got to follow him everywhere.
Yeah, and I think I only have to deal with Jefferson, but Thielen as well. And then you have, I think Osborne's another receiver that they have that's been doing pretty good. And then obviously the running backs and Dalvin Cook and even Alexander Madison too. So it's, Dalvin Cook is good. He's one of the best backs in the league. Because you give up that 51-yarder last week to the Lions. I mean, they ran all. Swift was a problem.
Well, and in some ways, Dalvin Cook and the running game worry me more because if they're running effectively, it's going to open up everything. I really think you've got to get to Cousins early. I believe if Cousins gets hit and gets knocked around early in the game, it kind of throws him off the whole game. Even if you don't get a ton in the fourth quarter, he's not the same guy when he gets hit early.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Now you have to rattle him, and the only time we move Goff out of the pocket is when he scrambled for that first down. Really, like every time the Lions blitzed us, Jalen Hurts really bailed the offense out in a lot of runs. Thank God that Jalen Hurts could run because he would have been sacked. I don't know how many times, even on some of the RPOs that he did, the Lions were, progressively seeing what we were doing because we were doing RPOs so much. You had to throw the ball out of bounds. Yeah. So I hope they expand the playbook a little bit because I know, you probably believe that, it's not going to be just AJ Brown. We're going to distribute the ball probably a little bit more Monday night. Someone else is definitely going to get their shot Monday night.
Yeah. I totally agree. And I see people talking about Slay getting beat by elite receivers. A lot of people get beat by elite wide receivers. I think Slay does a better job with the smaller, not as physical wide receivers. I think the DK Metcalfs, those kind of guys will give him problems. But I think Bradbury's the complete opposite. I think speed would give him more problems. So I go in there. I think Jefferson's a great combination. I would try Slay, and then if that's not working, possibly switch it to Bradbury. But I don't think playing zone. I think you have to shadow him. I think you have to follow him around all over the place.
Yeah, and the number one thing we talked about is you have to get pressure on Cousins this game. You cannot leave a clean pocket for Cousins every single time. And if Gannon is not aggressive, it's going to be an ugly home opener for us tomorrow.
So last week, Goff got the ball out in 2.5 seconds. He averaged getting it out 2.5 seconds. Why so quick? Because they were playing so far back. You run 6-7 yards, turn around, and they're wide open because they're 7-8 yards off of the wire. I think you got to play up. I think you have to play up and then bring extra pressure. That's what I think. Because I think if they do that, I think they'll drive Minnesota nuts, dude. I think they can get interior pressure because I think the interior of the offensive line is vulnerable. You knock Cousins around a couple times, I'm telling you, he's not going to be the same guy the rest of it. If you give him confidence early and you get the second quarter, third quarter, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, get some pressure. Open up those lanes for those linebackers to fill those holes. And just see what you can do. You got to take chances. You have to take chances with this with the pass rush, or at least try to use some stunts, get some blitz packages going. Because that second quarter of the Lions game, I really liked it a lot. And then he just strayed away from it when we had Gannon kind of strayed away from. We had a bigger lead, and it pisses me off. It's just
agree.
Crazy.
I think Reddick should have 2 sacks tomorrow. 2 sacks. I expect 2 sacks from him.
We say this now. This now. I really hope so. We have 277 in the chat, guys. I appreciate everybody being here. Guys, have subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Like the stream if you guys haven't. Subscribe to Philly 500 as well as my co-host. He is one of the best Eagles content creators on the face of the planet. So you have got to subscribe to him. His link is in the description below. So definitely check the link down. But I want to appreciate everybody here. We got iDrip. We got Alexis Hernandez. And Riley, what's going on? MG, we got Dave K. What's going on, guys? I hope everyone's having a good day. A crazy day of football today, and the Eagles got to take care of business tomorrow. I want to lightly hit. We'll go back to the Vikings, but I want to lightly hit on this really quick because I know we had the news from yesterday, the Lamar Jackson news. I know it's
how about that?
I know it's tough to think about quarterbacks right now going into our second game, but. There was rumors that people that, Lamar Jackson has talked to close to him. He's not going to take the franchise tag next year if he doesn't have a deal. And 3 teams that are his top priority that he's looking at are the Lions, obviously the Miami Dolphins with Tua, and then with the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you think?
He may have a problem in Miami. Tua threw 6 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns today, but why not? I don't know. I did a video on this. I think it's a good insurance policy for the Eagles after this season, not during the season. You're not trading anybody. You're not getting anybody this year. You're going to go with Hurts all year. But if, let's say, it doesn't work out, just a what if, and you don't want to extend Hurts, I think you have to be open to it. Now, there's a lot of people that don't like Lamar Jackson. I do. I like Lamar Jackson a lot. I think Lamar Jackson, though he could be a better passer and he's got to show that he can pass in the playoffs, he's got a cannon, dude. He can do it all. So I like the kid, but I want Hurts to be the guy. But if it comes to the conclusion, if we come out of the season going, listen, Hurts ain't the guy. He's not the guy. And this is at the end of the year. And we're saying that, then I'm open to the possibility. Or you have to just get a quarterback in the draft. Either one,
Yeah, that's going to be a big decision if Hurts isn't the guy. So far, we've only played one game. So when this news come out, this news comes out about it.
It's really, really early that it came out. Like I think more important. I think what's more important about the story than he might want to come to Philly is I think what it's saying. And I think this is what we're all not focusing on because it's not the Eagles. But I just think what he's saying is I'm not playing on the franchise tag. I'm already prepared to go somewhere else. I'm not going to. So I think it's more of a statement based upon his contracts. He's not playing on the franchise tag. It doesn't really have anything to do with the Eagles except for, listen, if Jalen Hurts isn't the guy, why wouldn't you want to come into a situation like the Eagles or Miami? He's not had talent like that around him.
Maybe it's the style, maybe it's the type of style offense it is that he likes, and maybe the personnel that are already here, knowing that Hurts might not be the guy. And obviously both Tua and Hurts are on a prove-it year and kind of in the same situation where the front office has put a lot of weapons around both of them.
But I got to tell you, like Hurts, I thought he was good last week. So I fully expect Hurts to prove that he deserves a contract. I don't think that the Lamar Jackson thing is likely. I think it's flattering more than anything else that he would want to come to Philly. I find that flattering, but I mean, I don't know. I'll know. I feel like by week 10, I'll know whether Hurts is the guy or not. Give me to week 10.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the week. I said between week 8 to 9, something like that. So we're pretty close by that time. We should know if he takes that big step forward and knows he's going to get paid all that money, depending where this team is in the situation that's in. What if Hurts is playing good, but this defense is playing very poorly all year?
That the defense that does not affect me from giving Hurts a contract.
Right.
It doesn't. But so I say AJ Brown's gonna leave if Hurts is gone. No, he's not.
No,
he's got a contract. He's a big boy. They're not little babies. Oh, my friend's not on the team. I gotta go, my friend. Fuck that. You're a man. Be a man. Be a man.
Be a man.
Suit up. Put your chin strap up and let's go play football. I don't care about your friend. That's how it is. AJ Brown will be here, but I would love for Jalen Hurts to be the guy. It makes everything so much easier. But we can't. I'm not judging. I'm not making any decision. I need to see at least 10 weeks. Give me 10 games of this year, then I'll tell you.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. And then where the Eagles are going to be at that position where they're playoff bound, or we'll know where this team is at by week 10 of the season. I mean, we'll know by that time. But
Lamar Jackson, I know a lot of people. I think he's a monster, dude. Like, I think he's only going to get better. He's only 25 years old. So if the situation approaches itself, no, I would not mind.
Yeah.
He's not a good passer. He had 36 touchdowns one year. Look at what's his weapons. What weapons has he really had? Mm-hmm. Look, he could become a better passer. He's got the physical tools. He's got a big arm. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm not saying he doesn't have work to do, but I think the kid could play, man. I do. I know what people think about the limitations of his arm, but I think he could become a good passer.
He's gotten a lot better since his rookie year. I mean, it's almost, I'm not saying night and day, but he's definitely got better. Passing wise, he's gotten a lot better. I think there's more to tell if he gets into a playoff game to see what he could do. But when it comes to his athleticism, I think it's off the charts. I mean, how long was that touchdown he ran for today? What was that?
I think 79 yards. I think it was 79 yards. But he's fast, you know.
Yeah, he's really fast. I mean, definitely faster than Jalen Hurts. There's no doubt about it. But this is something we'll think down the road. I mean, I'm
not. Even if we're at week 10 and Hurts is horrible, I'm not. You know, you're going to stick with him the rest of the year. Nothing about this whole situation can even. This is all about next year. It has nothing to do with now.
Right.
You know, it doesn't have anything to do with this season. It's all about next season. You know, and we'll see. We'll see what Hurts does.
We got a super chat from Kenny. Thank you so much, man. He said, if Reich is let go, I'd like them as an OC. Steichen is too vanilla. And if Gannon gives Kirk 9 yards of space to work with, expect 80% completion rate.
Yeah. But he's not going to be let go. You know, here's what's going to happen with the Colts. I'm telling you guys right now. They're going to lose again. They're going to be like 0-3. And in comes Nick Foles. And Nick Foles is going to lead them to the playoffs. You watch. It's going to happen.
Matt Ryan, I didn't think Matt Ryan would play that bad. I mean, he is playing hard. I mean, he's got, 5 picks in 2 games? I mean, I think
he's shot, dude. He's shot. The Army says, I'm still not convinced Hurts is a guy. No, I'm not either. I don't know. I'm neutral. I don't know. I just want to see more. I just need to see more. I think and I hope because of I like Jalen Hurts as a kid. I like his intangibles. I like all the things I hear about him. That gives me a lot of hope that he will be, but I don't know for sure.
Right.
500 does live. I do live in my mom's basement. This is it. She was just down in here. She vacuumed under my feet and brought me a sandwich.
And a pie for tonight.
I got a pie for the squat collar for later tonight. It's called the little Philly special. You know.
Tony Carson said, funny how things work. We trade the 32nd pick to Baltimore when they selected Lamar. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the Eagles are even discussing this right now. This is purely from Lamar Jackson's camp. And like I said, it's not even really about what team you'll go to. I just think it's more of a statement of he's not playing under franchise tag, so you better pay him.
Yeah. Tommy said, what up, guys? Honestly, need to see Hurts spread the ball around to all receivers. When I see that, I know he's progressing. The last time was A.J. Brown or run, and that's not going to cut it.
Yeah. No, I agree. He's got to progress. You know, I totally agree with you. Because I get a lot of people, and they'll say, how much time are you willing to give him 500? How much before you say you think you know? I say I want at least 8 to 10 games this year. I want at least, most likely, another 10 games.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of because even after that game, I kind of question it. Like if AJ Brown didn't have 155 yards, I mean, I'm glad that we actually got to see AJ Brown in full effect, which was good. So we know like what he could, produce with this team, how he could produce with this team, which was fantastic. So right. I was complaining a little bit after the game and saying I don't know why the ball wasn't distributed much to a little bit to Dallas Goedert, the one to Devontae Smith that was called back, and really there was film on Devontae Smith a couple of days ago, and he got open a lot of times and Hurts.
I watched it. I watched that. I went back and watched all 22 snaps. There was 5 times where I said he was wide open. At least 5 times I count wide open. Two of those times, maybe 3, Hurts couldn't see him because of the pressure. He had to go the other way. And then there was a couple other, I would say there was about 3 other times where he had one-on-one coverage similar to what Brown had on that deep ball, where you could have taken a chance his way, and they didn't. But it wasn't like outrageous. It wasn't as bad as some people thought. Now I haven't watched with Quez, but it wasn't as bad as last year. Last year where it was like every other play, he's wide open.
I mean, did you think even the Lions game, there really wasn't a lot of times where he had time, like even with Jalen Hurts to throw, there was that pressure right from the beginning where he had to start running a little bit. I mean, I feel like there was some issues.
Well, you look at the difference between the Eagles game and Washington's game against Detroit. Hurts saved the Eagles with his legs because they were bringing just as much pressure. Carson was a sitting duck. I mean, I just think it worked out that way. I really don't think that's going to be an every week thing. I think we'll see better distribution of the ball, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hope.
Skull. Somebody says Skull Vikes. Skull. We're the Skull Crushers. We own you. We own that team.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. JJ Ball says 300 people watching, only 20 likes. Put the likes up, guys.
20 likes. We should have at least 150 likes. At least.
Hell yeah. Yeah, Tony Scar says, I feel better after watching Detroit in that first half and what they did.
God, I love that style of defense.
And Jameson Williams isn't even playing yet.
No, but DeAndre Swift is a stud, dude. He's a monster. I'm glad I have him in most of my leagues. But dude, like, I just loved watching their defense. They bring pressure. They bring more guys than you can block, and they really challenge those receivers. I mean, I love the style of play. That's what I want the Eagles to play like.
Yeah. Do you feel better? Like, how do you feel about the running back so far? Even going into the second game, do you still think that they need that bigger back, or do you?
I still think they need a bigger back. I mean, they tried to bring in Walter Scott on short yardage situations. I didn't think it really worked too well. I don't know why they treat him like a short yardage back. But overall, I feel much better after seeing Miles play. That was a big game for me, to see him have the kind of game he had.
Real, yeah. Trill Will says, our team was rusty. Hurts just did what he had to do to win. I thought he was great. Look, other than not distributing the ball enough, other than that, I thought he got rid of the ball when he had to get rid of the ball when he had pressure. Didn't try to be the hero and try to make that that big sacrifice throw. I thought he played tough. I thought he was very consistent, and from what was given to him with some bad protection, and I thought he did pretty good.
He was 0-5 in his first drive, and then I thought he was pretty good. I mean, when I graded him, I gave him a B+. I thought that was fair. I thought B+. I thought he was solid.
See, Teddy said 500 chicks. I'm excited for Teron Jackson getting his shot. Yeah, so with Derek Barnett being out now, so is that so the Janarius Robinson, are they not putting him in this game? I have to see tomorrow if they're putting him.
Well, he's got to be on the active roster, so whether he dressed or not, I guess he could be one of the few guys cut. We'll see.
Right.
Guy's got some talent for a young guy, so we'll see.
Yeah, some hand placement issues, but really he's got the metrics to do some good things. But he's just been trying to make it to the active roster and see what he could do, like another project at defensive end. Because I think by next year they're going to have to try to look for a defensive end, because potentially, I mean, with Barnett coming off this ACL now going into next year, I think they have to cut him. I mean, I don't even think you bring him back for one more year unless it's panic for depth.
Well, I expect penalties to be down this year.
That is true. Oh, this is a good one from Jadis Young. He says, what's y'all reaction on Rager comments on getting revenge?
Revenge for what? Revenge for what? Like, what? Drafting him in the first round? What? I mean, what the possible revenge? He stunk. And he stunk because he stunk. It wasn't like we did him wrong. He was just not good. I think Rager is going to be the reason they lose more. I think Rager is going to fumble the punt late in the game, and the Eagles recover. I believe Rager will have a punt muff. I'm calling it now.
Just imagine that. And loses the game for his team.
And he's going to lose the game. 1 minute 36 could be tied 21-21. Fourth quarter, Eagles punting.
Right.
Here's the punt. Rager fair catch goes through his hands. Eagles recover. Set up. Run the clock out. Game-winning field goal. Good night. I would love that.
That's crazy.
This chair is done. My ass has beaten the hell out of this chair. I'm waiting for my other chair to get here. It still hasn't gotten here.
So for Press says Miles just needs to be used as bigger back in situations. That dude is bigger than people make him out to be.
I agree. I would use Miles more too.
Yeah, I
Green
think
Bay scored again.
I mean, yeah. What's the score to that, by the way?
I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't know what the score is. I think it might be like 21-7 or something like that. 14-7. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I saw Gainwell working with the running backs. I think with the receivers the other day, and he was working with the receivers the other day. And I figured to myself, I wish they could use Miles in this passing game. Imagine what they could do with Miles in this passing game. How they used him his rookie year with Doug. That's what I really liked. Yeah, they're just not. They're just. I don't think they're getting the best out of Miles Sanders. I don't think they're getting as much out of him as they should. You know what I mean?
Well, Miles had that great run late, right? It was a late. They need that first down. He bounces off. He goes for 24 yards, and then he didn't come back the rest of the game. I was like a little surprised by that,
Right. No, I thought the running backs did good. I mean, I had no problem. From what was given, I think they played pretty good.
Yeah,
because the Eagles, NFC East looking like the best in football and running the ball.
Could be, yeah. I still think Zeke is fat and out of shape.
Yeah, he still doesn't look good. For me, I still think he doesn't look good too much. I don't know. Like I think Tony Pollard is still like a really good back because you could use him for special teams. You could use him in the rotation, and I think he's good throwing the ball to him and everything like that. So
I would, if I ranked the running backs, I would go Saquon, Miles, Gibson, Zeke, probably Pollard. That would be my order.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jay says, is Trey Sermon playing tomorrow? Probably not. Unfortunately. Twan Eagles says, who will be the X Factor on Eagles? Who will be on the Vikings? X Factor on both sides. Who you got?
The Eagles' X Factor tomorrow is Kaiser White. I think he's going to have a monster game. And then I'm going to say Rager is the X Factor for the Vikings because he's going to turn the ball over. He's going to do something big. So I think it will be an X Factor in a negative way.
Right.
But I got a feeling like as much as we're killing this defense, it's just the nature of the beast that when you overdo it, which we've all done probably all week, that then it comes back and responds the other way. So I expect the defense to play pretty good tonight, and I think Kaiser White's going to have a good game.
Yeah, I think so too. I think I'm looking at Quez Watkins. I think he'll get open a little bit. I think between Quez and Dallas Goedert, and defensively, I really want Hassan Reddick to get more pressure in this game. I really do. But I think up the middle is going to be the weakness. So I'm hoping Jordan Davis can get more reps in this game. Hopefully, maybe Fletch will get Fletch, depending on who they're doubling in this game, whether it's Hargrave or Fletch. So I think either or, I'd have pick one of them to really start it up, and then obviously fill those lanes up with these linebackers and get this blitz going, get some stunts going. Just try to get pressure on Kirk Cousins if you can. So
yeah.
Always have Big Z. So I was really hoping for them to bring out the black helmets Monday. I wonder when they're going to do it. It's going to be a primetime game.
Probably. Oh, I think they already. No, I forget which game. I think they already said which game, but I can't remember. Andrew Booth is out, right?
Yeah, I don't think he practiced the other day.
He's not. I think he's out. Yeah. I think Patrick Peterson is old. I think you can run the ball on them. I think you can be able to throw the ball. I think the Eagles offensively are going to move the ball well on Minnesota. The issue is going to be, can they get pressure on Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, I think so. Tommy said whether Davis is conditioned or not to be played as such as not more than Cox. Bring the blitz and stop playing conservative. Gans cannot stand him.
I know.
Davis condition or not needs to. Yeah, I mean, by next year, Davis is. I mean, they have to change. Like that's the problem with the offseason so far. They have to change the offseason program. I mean, just a little bit on some of the training and the conditioning and stuff because this D line seems to be out of shape and gassed up very early.
Yeah. So, I agree.
That's how I feel as of right now. I just says there was a defensive named Sam Cox, but apparently he was arrested. I didn't even see that. I thought that said something else. I couldn't see what that said. I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
What's your score prediction for Monday?
I believe I said 24-21 Eagles. It's going to be a late Jalen Rager fumble on a punt return that's going to set the Eagles up for a game winner. It's going to be a little less scoring than I thought.
All right.
What?
No. It's not you. This fucking guy literally like I'm there's computers all the way down the other fucking side. And he sits like right here and he's like making all this fucking noise. And I'm like,
fart.
I'm like, dude, yeah, that's what I should have did. That's
just
why I was
fart
just sitting
real loud.
I was like, dude, are you? And he's like over here doing this. He's like going like he's moving the monitor. I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
He's probably just trying. He probably thinks this is an OnlyFans, your OnlyFans squad cobbler account. He wants to come see what's happening.
Jesus. Let's see. James Rager is the only one that knows. He's upset. Nobody else cares.
I don't care. Right? I mean, look, he's going back to his old team. Of course, he wants to play good, but I think he's going to fumble.
If he had any type of doubt within himself, like he screwed his own chance up. That's what I'm saying. Like that, like he did it all himself. There's no team out there that would give him more chances. If he was on another roster, he would have been cut. He would have been he would be benched. I mean, at this point, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like on another roster.
I think it's pretty safe to say that everybody's biggest concern about this game is the defensive coordinator. That's horrible. But it is. It's exactly what it is.
Right.
But I think tomorrow they're going to show up because we've killed them all week. So it's only natural that it's only the balance of the universe for him to play good.
Right.
So then we feel good.
Bailey and Bully said, remember when 500 said he had a dream that Smitty went off? He jinxed Smitty.
If I wouldn't have told you guys, then he would have gone off. I would have felt like I can't say that I had a dream about. Nobody would believe me. So I always have to speak up.
Yeah, I mean, even with Okuda that was on him, I was kind of surprised. I thought Okuda would have been on A.J. Brown, but because I think they want to use the size against Smitty to kind of a physical presence against him to kind of take him off his routes. I think that's what they.
But they didn't even really do that much. I just don't think it just was one of those games, dude.
Right. I get it. Corey Williams says, hey, Philly, sorry about that bet you lost on. Don't worry, I sailed, so we all in this together. Screw the Bengals. Jesus.
I had a 4-game parlay, $100. I'm playing with house money. It's house money. I've had the money in the account, so it's not like it's on. But it was a 4-game. I took Detroit, the over in that game, the Giants, and I took the Bengals. If the Bengals hit, that would have paid $1,300.
Wow,
sucks, man. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I know.
I was kind of surprised myself. I thought even with the Bengals in that first game, and they just couldn't get anything done. But and then going into that second game against the Cowboys, and they literally couldn't do anything. They couldn't play defense. They couldn't block. Burrow was like, I don't know what the scheme was horrible. I don't know what they were trying. Even when that last opportunity they had to go up the field to waste time and get a score, and when it was 17-17. I mean, what were those plays that they were doing? I mean, it was – I don't know.
Yeah. I agree.
It's insane.
Yeah. I don't bet Eagles games, by the way. I see people – I never bet Eagles games. It's a jinx. So I never do that.
Project says 500, man, that hat is so sick. I need one.
Oh, thanks. I got it on the Eagles website. They got it on the site.
Did I see you wearing a blue one the other day? Oh, you wearing a blue one?
I got a red one. I got a blue one. I got a green one, a white one. Yeah, I need. There's a all white and there's an all black. I want next. Those are my next two.
And Trent Raxey, you'll see Matt Collins 6 catches for 55, Aguilar 6 for 110 and touchdown. Aguilar played good today.
Stinks.
I was watching. that game.
Stinks. I don't care. He stinks.
Big Blue Gang said Philly 500 will enjoy watching Kayvon Thibbs kill the Cowboys in his debut. He's still going to be out.
Is he not going to? Is he out? Is he out for that game? Or is he back?
Apparently, he should be back for that game.
We'll see. I think they should beat I think the Giants should beat the Cowboys. But if they don't, then the Giants are back to being, what we all thought. So they better take care of business. Because I'm giving them a lot of credit. I'm giving them a lot of credit this week.
Got LB and Fizz transport thing. Somebody says defense is my biggest concern going to this game. Tomorrow night is Jonathan Gannon going to be aggressive?
Agreed. I totally agree.
It's really the only thing I fear in this game. Like it's I don't think he lasts the whole season. I don't think he lasts as a defensive coordinator if he allows teams to come back into games like this, especially if you have a comfortable lead. Forget it. If I see this team have a comfortable lead tomorrow night and the same thing happens, but the outcome is we lose for that purpose, I don't know how you keep him in the building. I mean, I'm telling you, like, you have Vic Fangio in the building right now. I mean, you have options. You could go get Brian Flores if you really wanted. You got Vic Fangio in the building. I mean, I know that it's a tough situation to cut a defensive coordinator this early, but you have to remember, and I think you already know this, but, this is Nick's hire. Nick hired his own coaching staff. Jonathan Gannon is his boy. Okay, that's – what I mean? Like, I figured, I feel like we're watching the same thing as we did last year. That we played one quarter of good football defensively, and that was really it. Our offense just did enough. Our offense, look, to put pressure on this offense is fine, and I believe in this offense a lot more, and I think I will every single game, that comes by. But this cannot happen every game. I can't watch a defense play safe and play cautious because of a good lead. It's just you can't do that.
Yeah,
it can't happen.
I agree.
Yeah, the Cardinals-Raiders game was a crazy game. That was a
crazy finish. Absolutely. Even the Miami game was a crazy game. It was 28. Miami scored 28 points in the fourth quarter. Tua 6 touchdowns. I mean, dude.
I think they're going to make up their mind very soon on him. If he can make a comeback like that.
Keeps doing that. I mean, that's what Tyreek Hill does for you, man. Sorry, but it's what he gives you. That's why I flipped out when he became a free agent.
Wyatt Picker says, do you guys think the Eagles defense can stop Cook and Jefferson?
I think Jefferson's going to get his catches. I think he's going to get his yards. Can we keep him out of the end zone, and can we stop the run? I think we can do one of. I think we can do a good enough job on him. I do.
Yeah. I think that's not where you're not going to shut down. You're not going to shut down Justin Jefferson.
No,
it's not going to happen.
No. But if you could keep, if he has like 6 catches, 7 catches, 80 yards, has no scores, and they don't get touchdowns out of those, something like that, I think can happen.
Right. We have 373 people in the chat. Appreciate you coming to the Philly Shakedown tonight, the night before the Eagles and Vikings Monday Night Football. It's going to be a lot of fun. I am in Philly right now, so I'm going to get it ready to go to this game tomorrow. It's going to be a lot of fun. And, I know Philly's going to be streaming tomorrow. We'll have a shakedown on Philly 500's channel tomorrow night, just to let you guys know right after. Might take me 15, 20 minutes after the game to get back to the hotel. But
don't get kidnapped.
No, I'll be around. I promise. I will be around. We'll go for another few minutes because my battery's at 10% right now. We're already at 48 minutes already. So I don't.
And I need my beauty sleep. I gotta get my beauty sleep. Denzel needs his beauty sleep.
Yeah.
I got an important squat cobbler video tomorrow. Some like corporate guys, people are going to be watching in my squat cobbler video. So my OnlyFans got a lot of work going on.
I miss that show, man. Mondays are just not the same anymore. They're just
I know.
Not the same anymore, man.
It's not.
I'm trying to watch other stuff right now, and I'm like,
I watched Maverick, Top Gun Maverick. Dude, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, that's how you make a mother humping movie. Like, that's how you make a movie. No bullshit in it. No trying to make political point. Not just good movie. It was awesome, and no CGI crap to death. Man. Like actual special effects felt real. Like that was. I actually liked that Top Gun better than the original.
Really?
Wow. It's better than the original.
Nice. I tried watching She-Hulk. Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh God! I watched the first part, She-Hulk, and she does this karate kick across the courtroom. The lady, and I said, "What the hell is this shit? I'm not watching this." And how come she can go do all this stuff? Hulk's trying to train her, and she knows how to do it. No, I'm sorry, dude. I can't watch that crap.
It's not even that, but she looks like they didn't put any money into her. Like she looks like a CGI fake character walking. Like she looks hard. Like you look at Bruce Banner and he's all like, he looks like he's got a lot of detail. But when you look at her, she's just. I just got bored. I started like playing on my phone. I got bored watching the first 2-3 episodes.
Horrible special effects. The writing, like the writing sucks, by the way. It just does. It's like, and then she's training, and she's like, Hulk's like, all right, so you got to do this. She's like, oh, I can do it all. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
I know. It's taken Bruce years to fight all that off. To turn. I mean, the church. She's like, I know what. And there's a lot of stuff going around within that.
I think it would have been a better story if it started out with her. I'm talking a whole shit. I just realized people probably haven't watched it, so I won't say too much. But I think if they would have done a whole nother way with the story, it would have actually been interesting. But of course they don't. But if we want to see just a flat out good movie, Top Gun's good.
Nothing is going to beat the first phase of Marvel. Nothing's ever going to beat those string of movies like Iron Man, Captain America. No one's going to beat those movies.
Those were good. Yeah, I just don't think I just don't think Marvel's I don't think it's gonna be as good anymore, because I think that was like the peak was the Infinity Wars and Endgame, but I heard that DC may be starting to do they're gonna go back and do it, so I hope that they do it right.
Yeah. Tony says, Joey, Halloween ends October 14th. I know, dude. I'm a big Halloween fan, so it's the last movie in the trilogy. Well, they say it's the last movie, which I don't believe, but it's going to be a lot of fun. October is it's my favorite holiday of the year.
I like Christmas. Did you see that Christmas horror with the dude from Stranger Things?
Night?
Night? Dude, I'm all about that.
There's a lot of movies like that on Amazon Prime. Like on Amazon Prime, there's a lot of low budget Christmas horror movies. There's some good. That
looks good. That looks really good. I love Fat Man though.
I watched. I
love that.
It's a good film. It's really good. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Sorry, we went off topic. It's just me and Philly don't talk about shows enough. So when we talk about them, we get all into it. So that's how it goes.
Man of Steel, Batman vs. Ultimate. Yeah, but you have to get the Batman vs. Superman Ultimate Edition. That is actually the storyline makes a lot more sense. So I agree.
Yeah, the Snyder Cut was fantastic. I absolutely loved it.
Snyder Cut is fantastic. The whole end part, like, I'm pissed that I can't see the future of that. Like, how stupid can these people be? Like, how could you look at that and say, we're going to change this story up? Like, the first story was so dumb. I almost walked out of the theater on the first Justice League. It was so dumb.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. But anything else for tomorrow? Anything else you want to state? Anything?
Yeah, tomorrow, Vikings, pain. Skull Crushers tomorrow. We're taking that team out. I feel good about tomorrow night's game. Like, I really do. Like, I think a lot of people think because the Eagles only won by 3 versus Detroit, they're gonna shit the bed. I think they're gonna come out. I think they're gonna take it to the Vikings tomorrow. I think tomorrow is going to be a very good night for the Eagles. I have to decide, do I do a cigar video at like 11 o'clock at night, or do I wait till the morning? That's going to be the hardest thing for me to figure out tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel really good about it. Other than really the defense, like, I'm hoping that.
I think his phone or his computer must have died. His computer must have died. Can you guys still hear me on here? If you guys can hear me, put a 1. I think I'm still here, right? We still running? I can't highlight nothing, no. But you guys still hear me? Skull Crushers, absolutely. You hear me, Jason? Okay, cool. Let's give him a minute. His computer might have died. That's what I'm thinking. His computer died because he said it was at 10%, although that's really fast, 10%. But hopefully that's not what it is. I'll wait a few minutes to see if he can't come back. Eagles own Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins 2-9 on Monday night or prime time. So Joey says I'm coming back. Okay, he's coming right back. So we'll wait for him. He's been kidnapped. Joey has been kidnapped. Yeah, probably. I'm texting him back. I'm going to Washington. I am so smooth. Says I'm going to the Washington Eagles game. Where did it go? Carson's return to Philly should be in. Oh, so you're going to the Monday night? Is it a Monday night game or Sunday night game later on in the year? That's awesome. Awesome. Q Cox. What up? Here he comes.
Zach, sorry.
There
No, I
he
found
is.
it sounds 6% and it dies. I'm like, okay, I thought I had a little bit more time. But I guess,
Yeah. No, it happens.
yeah.
The Grays left you alone, right?
Yeah. They're
No
gone.
experimental.
Fucking annoying, dude.
Reach.
People.
I mean, like the Grays, little gray aliens take you.
People got no respect, man. I swear. Like, I'm sitting here, all these computers down the line, and the guy sits right in front of me. Like, okay, I'm not doing.
Maybe he just wanted to see how you smell. Maybe he's just a little freaky guy.
I get. It's not like a hole in the wall hotel or anything. Like, it's a nice place.
Dude, if I go like somewhere like a movie theater and somebody sits next to me, I get up and I go somewhere else.
No,
I have to have space.
Yeah, well,
I make my wife sit like one seat between, and some lady tried to sit between us once. I got the fuck out of here. I'm out of here.
Even like during like obviously the virus and stuff, like in the beginning, like we went to the movies, they always, every time you ordered a ticket, it would cancel out the next seat next to you. And sometimes I had one person sit next to me, like I almost freaked out at that moment. But you know,
I like space. I need nobody in my kitchen. Stay out of my kitchen. Yeah, I need nobody in my kitchen. I don't like it. You know.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts.
But
yeah, like if you're taking a piss in a urinal, and there's all these empty urinals, and then a guy comes back and he sits next to you and he wants to know why I'm standing on my tiptoes, and I'm not trying to brag or anything like that. You know, like I don't like it. Like, dude, give me space. Like I need to stay out of my kitchen. You know,
especially if there's no walls at the urinals. That's the worst. Like, if people are next to you when there's no wall. At least when there's no wall.
And then they look at you like this and they go, and like. I'm like, dude, come on. I know I'm a man. Just stop. You're like, yeah, I know you're impressed, but now I'm worried that you're too impressed. Don't be jealous. Not in the bathroom. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. I can't pee when there's people next to me at the urinal. I can't. I don't know why. It's space.
What has 256 teeth and holds back a monster? My zipper.
Oh my God. Where did you get that one? I've never even heard that.
Oh, somebody told me that like a week ago or something.
That should be a tweet.
No.
Tweet of the day.
What is 256 teeth and hold the monster back? My zipper. So I thought it was funny.
Oh, guys, this is what happens on a long day. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate Philly coming on tonight for the Philly Shakedown. I was the one that moved it to tonight, and because of the Monday night game and stuff like that. So I do apologize for that. I figured it would be a better day, but it's been a crazy week for me. Maybe I'll tell you in the future, but it's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
So I will enjoy myself tomorrow night. Definitely see this defense in person tomorrow. See this team in person. I'm going to record some stuff tomorrow. Definitely. We'll be back with the Philly Shakedown tomorrow night. Philly 500's channel. Probably a little bit after 9. Probably a little bit after. So I get myself out of the stadium, get back here and get this stream going. Well, obviously Philly's going to be hosting it. So all I got to do is show up. I don't got to set all this stuff up, and it'll probably be easier for me tomorrow. It's going to be a crazy day. So,
yeah.
And that's it. We have 297 in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel. If you guys have not subscribed to Philly 500, his link is in the description below. Anything else you want to add? Anything else?
No, I just thank you guys for all your support. And I mean, I'm ready to go tomorrow. Like, it's going to be a busy day tomorrow, but I'm ready to get this game on, man. Hopefully we will get the win. We will.
We will get it. I promise you. I'm excited. So, all right, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining the Philly Shakedown, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Peace out, guys.
Peace.